Oh my goodness, she made it. She's alive. How are you doing, Jims? I know this is a bit of a moot question, but I hope you're recovering. And hello, everybody. It's currently 5 o'clock. It is Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good Friday. If not, this is a good chance to like chill. Let your body recover from any ice-related incidents, possibly. I don't know. Let's get over here. You're better. That's good to hear. Wow, that video was intense. That was a lot, to say the least. Welcome to the stream. Goodness. I wonder who that would be. I wonder. Well, I'm glad to see you in stream. That means you're alive, you know? Got some jazzy jazz going on today. I didn't really know the vibe. Just be here for 10 minutes. Man, be here for 2 minutes. It does not matter. Please recover. Do what you need. Get a heating pad out. Or maybe like an ice pack, then a heating pad. I don't know. Your pride is dead? I could totally get that. Hang out with Bella. You need a win, you know? Oh, yikes. The pin's drying out. Going to dinner with friends? Get your family to like take you in a wheelchair. Like make a huge deal out of it. Then they pay for your dinner, and that would be huge. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Please be very safe. I know I probably don't need to tell you that, but please take it easy on your way there. It's free? Okay. Where are you getting free dinners? I want a free dinner. It's stupid. I'm going to a fast food restaurant, but it's one that I haven't had in a minute, and I love it. And I'm going to do that after stream. I'm very hungry. I'm very excited. I'm going to pig out. I'm going to watch Free Run while stuffing my face with chicken. It's going to be awesome. Christian dinner thing. Ah, gotcha. Still, I want free food, so. Was that aligned? Yeah, kind of mostly-ish. Yeah. Not really. We'll say it is. Well, other than any ice-related incidents, I hope you are having a good day. And I hope you will continue to have a good day. Sounds like you have some plans after stream. Or in 10 minutes. There you go. Why is my chat not cut up? It wouldn't show me the little emoji that you put there. Interesting. I probably should have my mouse over on my auto mod menu anyways, given how these recent streams have been. And I'm not like blaming the chat members for being unruly. It's me, and then people like me saying unhinged stuff, and then people repeating it in chat and getting auto modded. It's my fault for sure. Except for what Kat said yesterday, that was unhinged. But like what was it? Goblin orgy? I said goblin orgy last stream. That was good. Not necessarily the goblin orgy. I don't partake, but the automod. Sorry that we swung from Christian dinners to goblin orgies. We'll try to tone it back this stream, especially because a new person joined right as we were talking about that. So that was. I feel like people only join when we're in like the midst of a very strange conversation, and either that's very unfortunate or just we have very strange conversations a lot, which I'd bet on the latter. Just going for the food. There you go. I'll take free food. When I first started college, I did not appreciate free food as much as I should have. I still went and got it, but like nowadays I'm like, holy crap, there's free food. Like I will make holes in my plans just to get free food. I've just got hungrier and more tired throughout college. That's like the biggest difference. And my hairline, of course, but I feel like we don't need to mention that one. Today will be an interesting day. We'll be constructing the box. Oh, okay, cool. That's gonna be very fun. Yo, what's up, monkey? How's it going? You saw that I have auto mod queued up and you're like, yeah. We stream at 5 now, or whatever time it is for you. We stream at this time now. It's only 4 minutes into the stream. I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe I'm just hungry and it's like, oh, it's taking forever. But we could. I think one person asked for that. I don't want to bug people with my streams. You know, you could turn on notifications on Twitch or YouTube, but other than that, I don't want to be like, join my stream. I feel like it's intrusive. I don't want people to feel like a, you know, I don't want to like them to get Pavloved, conditioned, into like their Twitch notifications opening up and seeing it's just Kavel streaming, and then to associate that with like being annoyed that their phone gave them a notification instead of just not joining the stream in the first place, right? Or like not having a notification in the first place. Huge. Let's see. But yeah, how are things going, Mr. Monkey? Twitch notifications on me gave me like 1 hour ago to go to your channel. Oh, nothing. I just keep saying stupid stuff on stream, and then people keep repeating it in chat, and then they get auto-modded. So I'm kind of just setting them up. Good chillin', big chillin', huge. So I need to tone down the silly. Other than that, we're chilling. These streams, while they are like, they have a high cognitive load. Oh, that was totally off. Not these streams necessarily, I guess, but these this lesson 6. So it's hard to like stay sane. Cat said goblin orgy. No, I said goblin orgy. Cat said something else. I'm not gonna repeat it. It was actually, I'm not. Yeah. No, it's because we were going through tons of artists and like music that I like yesterday. From Gorilla's new album to La Femme, and in La Femme's a French band, and so of course they have a bit more risque titles, and you know, titles, album covers. One was literally just a woman's genitalia, and then another was called Goblin Orgy, and it's a like kind of like early Eastern Orthodox like art style, but it's just a bunch of goblins having sex. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Kavel Draws, where we somehow go into those tangents. Heck yeah, thank you. Yeah, and one day there will be. I don't know when that will be. Could be it could be tomorrow. I plan on ending it once I'm done with New Masters, or maybe during New Masters, whatever I feel fitting. Is the music too loud? Yeah, Jims is still alive somehow. Don't know how she recovered from that one, but here she is. Oof, that was rough. Gift 5 million subs to keep the channel alive, guys. I've been having, like, as I apply to more and more jobs, you know, it happens every semester, I think about, like, I've talked so much about how I don't want to take sponsors that I don't believe in, but that's, like, not economically viable if I want to take the YouTube channel onto its own, like, thing. Thank you. We try, however, that one, I'm hating on myself. I need to stop that. If I slip again, I'll give you sub. How about we just don't slip, and don't give me money? Oh, guys, we're actually close to our first payout, $50. Go to givewell.com. Whoever's the #1 recommended charity by GiveWell, we will give that money to. Yeah, in my ideal world, if everything was perfect, I would take a sabbatical, like a year once I graduate. Maybe no, like 6 months. Still applying to jobs and stuff. And then like if the YouTube channel, if I like put all my entire ass into the channel, and like work really hard, get a bunch of videos up, try to get sponsors. And if I could prove it to be economically viable, in those 6 months, then I would be a YouTuber. That's probably not going to happen. I'm already having like job interviews and stuff lined up. Does that mean I'm going to get them? No, but that'd be cool. Aren't we all? And I won't talk about that too much because it's always a meh. Built his career exactly like that. His parents wanted to give him a job, but he gave himself like 6 to 8 months, and his dream came true. However, just because you dream big, that's what I'm telling myself. I'm like shooting the idea down in my head. My parents would totally be cool with that, probably. Their philosophy is as long as I'm getting money from somewhere and I can support myself, that's all that matters, which I really appreciate. I'm really lucky there. Just, I don't know. Yeah. Because like art, I don't want to make money from art, if that makes sense. I'm cool with making money off of YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. Luck, and I mean, it's modern day James. Come on, right? I'm Kavel. He's modern day James. Alrighty, have a good one, James. But no, I would love to be able to just turn on the stream for like 5 hours a day and just chill and draw. I think that would be awesome, and to get paid for it, like to be able to like live on my own and to be like just comfortable, right? I'm not asking for like, okay, I'm trying to come up with a streamer that has a ton of money but isn't like controversial, and I can't come up with any. A streamer that isn't controversial and has a ton of money. I want to be like Vinny. You know, Vinny apparently like he makes it. He's not like flaunting his wealth. Penguin Zero, maybe Vinny. Yeah, he's not super rich, not that we know of, but yeah, just comfortable, man. Enough money to do the projects and stuff that I want to do, right? That'd be an ideal. But I also like programming, so we'll try for one of those jobs. We'll see, whatever works. Man, the gravel drawing I did today. So I have a bit of a rant. It's about 50% about streaming, about how I look at my own art. I love drawing, as you guys may know. And I've realized that like a lot of my 50% that I'm geared towards, I do not better, but I'm more focused when I'm not on stream. I don't think that's a controversial thing when you're not having to like entertain or like communicate. I wouldn't call this entertaining. It was an awful example. He released one income, made 20 million. Wah! Still, I mean, yeah, he makes money. You know, he's definitely a very comfortable life. Holy crap, 20 mil. Oh my God. Like, aren't you done making money once you hit 20 mil? Like, can't you just like invest? I don't know how it works. Can you just invest half of that? Anyways, so today was going to be a 50% Friday with the draw. I came up with this drawing last night when I was going to bed. And quick Kavel fact, I would say like 80% of my drawings that I like, they're not the non-doodle ones, have meanings behind them, have like a story or something I'm trying to tell. And I'll spoil for this one because I like, this one isn't major. It's pretty easy to read into. I really like on the Draftsman podcast when I think it was probably Stan, but it's definitely Marshall. He turned off his donos. Yes, I know he's like very like, hey, don't give me money. But shout out to him for that. But I'm gonna say Marshall said this because it's a very Marshall thing to say. Art is like breathing in and breathing out, or the process of making art. You breathe in, you take in entertainment and media and stuff. And when you breathe out, you make art. Right, that's the process, and you need both. Right, you need to be fueled creatively, and sometimes a little bit of fuel goes a long way. Right, you only need like, the most creative of us only need a little bit. Some of us need more. It's just how life is, right? Whatever, and that can change. And whenever I'm like starting off a semester, I'm applying for jobs, I'm dealing with graduation, whatever. I run out of breath, and you feel that way, right? It's hard to be creative because you have nothing in the tank. And so that's what that little gravel drawing is. You guys, it looked like I had this prepped, but I literally just opened it the correct page. As there's nothing left. There's nothing left in the tank. That's why I made it. And I came up with that last night. And this ties into my original point I was making, which is the 50% I think I do best in and I love the most is where I have ideas like that. And that's why I put my, like, to remind myself to draw it today. I put my Discord status as lungs, 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 lungs. Don't forget to breathe. I'm gonna put like little text on there when I ink it that says breathe. But you know, I wanted just my own space to think through this and do stuff, and so that's why I didn't. Today's not a 50% Friday. Breathe in, fart. Breathe out, art. Breathe in just things, right? Anything that like fuels you. I don't know if there's a good name for it. And probably like Marshall, which I think I can remember the context of the episode is one of the earliest ones. It was a caller asking about that he's having trouble, like he's like playing video games, or like watching TV, but he wants to do art instead. This is a very good episode because there's another quote I love from Proco when he's like, "You have to make the hard decisions. You get home from a long day at work, you tuck your kids into bed, and you have to make the hard decision of do I draw or do I watch TV for 3 hours?" It's a tough decision. I think those are both in the same episode. Or like, I think they literally have an episode where that question comes in and the next episode is about that question, so they like held off on answering it. Yeah, and this ties into like a philosophy thing I want to talk about in a big video one day. Like basically all the stuff I learned while doing draw walks philosophy wise, and art isn't done in a vacuum. A lot of people think that they can get home from the 9 to 5 grueling office job, or even more than that, or like freaking 5 to 5 or something crazy, and just make art. And while that I would love to say that's possible, you're a human. You have energy. You need to sleep and take care of yourself. And if you know, it's not that like if you're in a bad position in life, you'll never be able to be an artist. But please take care of yourself before you take on the weight of the world. Or in other words, don't hate yourself if you're not able to draw every day because you know you may be ill in some way, right? It's fine. Art is not done in a vacuum. That goes both ways of uncomfortable saying of it, which is like ask people for critique, always get critique and you know external information, and mine, which is hey, other things are happening. If you suffer with depression or you know you have a physical ailment or whatever it is, help yourself while you draw. Yikes. There's a YouTube video I watched when I first started drawing, and I can't remember what it is, and I want to find it. But it was a dude who's like, at the end of the day, art, not just drawing, but art, is the process of improving yourself. You'll find that, like, as you want to pursue art and improve in it, you'll surround yourself with people who also want to improve for the sake of itself, which is virtue. Will not let me draw. Burnout hard, and there's 2 wolves inside of me, one who forces and one who tries to kill the other. Yeah, I don't know the solution between like drive and motivation yet, because I found that whenever I force myself to do things, while effective, can lead to burnout. And the solution over the years has been to make the thing that I'm struggling to do so easy, so minuscule that I don't even have to force myself. And it's a very nice wish-washy, like I wish everything could be like that. It's oftentimes not, but thank you. I'm not quite happy with them today. I know I like shoot myself down every time you compliment me. You should have seen me yesterday. Yesterday I would have been like red and high. But probably half of it's a habit. Scared like my new camera, I feel like I'm putting my head like underneath the camera right there. Guys, I'm not bald. Thank God. That bit could have gone so bad if I was balding. That would have been so bad, dude. Holy, I just realized what I was about to sacrifice right there. Anyways, okay. So we're gonna call it BRB for right now. 2 minutes of ads. You guys know the deal. Haven't seen your head at all, but you demonstrated your baldness. Am I bald? Okay. I'm not bald. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go. One day it's going to go under here and it's going to be like a beam of light. It's going to be wider than this page. Anyways, okay, BRB, guys. I guess Monkey's here and Monkey's a sub, so Monkey's not going to be affected by the ad nuke that I'm about to drop. Whoa! Holy crap! I just saw what you sent me, Monkey. That's insane, dude. Let's launch an ad nuke real quick. I want to read this. Holy! Holy crap, dude! That's an awesome. Whoa! I'm jealous. Get me on the phone with Marshall right now. That's so cool. Holy. I need to get in contact. I mean, if I want to do my sabbatical of, gathering sponsors, my main pitch is, I've been streaming for almost 600 days now. I have consistent content. Get me in there, man. The problem is, I've promised. I don't want to pick up products that I don't believe in. Because, like, Pigma Micron, a most likely sponsor, right? If I was to ever be sponsored by someone. I like their pens. Do I believe that they could be possibly a tiny bit cheaper? Yes. But I mean, everyone uses them. They're good. Frickin' Statler, I'll take a sponsor for. I think they have the best fine liners. I'm causing rifts right now. I'm hurting my paycheck. I'm like, I like this brand and this brand alone. Are Statlers expensive? Yes. Are they worth the money? Yes. Is Faber-Castell have my favorite pencils? Yes. Have I used a lot of pencils? No. That's just how it is. You have to buy this. I will never, I swear on all that is good, on Marshall Vandriff's soul, I swear, that I will never be like, if you don't use this pen, you suck at art. Bah. Kev just did 20 bat flicks. If I have to do that for a paycheck, hey, I will not. Oh, shit, I need to get, ready for the actual stream. I need to pull out the pages. Today's gonna be an interesting one. I just stepped on my power cord. Ow. Ah! Okay. We have the blueprints. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Let's get to it. I wanted to play some Boko Yu. I think that's how you pronounce his name this stream. Very loud music. And I'm talking. And I don't like the lyrics while I'm talking. I feel like I can't talk when I hear lyrics. Especially when I hear myself. And it just may not match the vibe. So, we're going to head back here. Oh, BRB, gotcha. Well, we're going to announce what we're working on today without Monkey's knowledge. Hee 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 ha. Cool. So, where are we? Bleh. Trying to, set it up all aesthetically. That's the paper we're using. Wait, no, I need a new paper. Bleh. Cool. Another sip of water. My tongue's been I don't think tingly is the right word. It's like if it was like a sugar, like you had too much sugar and it kind of burns a little bit, but I didn't really have much sugar, if any, at all today. Okay, this jazz is getting a little intense. It's putting me in a good mood. I wonder if let's try this album by Ryo Fukui. Oh wait, well no, give me this album, please. There we go. This looks like a calm album. Maybe. Welcome back. Sorry, I was messing with music. Cool. Let's talk about today's objective. My camera's crooked. I'm not fixing it. I have this little grid thing that I use to align my camera from time to time. But I didn't do that today. Cool. So, start that timer. What we're going to do is we're going to be making a box. Holy crap, who would have guessed that? We're going to be making a box that approximates this. Ooh. Just knocked everything over on my table. Specifically, we'll be making a box with these ratios, which is hard. That is one of probably the hardest part of the box segment. For those who don't know, which is Monkey, probably, and anyone else watching. was very flustered with lesson 6. It was a lot to take in and a lot to think about. I mean, look at this, right? So I separated into 3 stages. The initial, just looking at the object, and ratios, and writing those down, just putting on the page, get something on the page, look at it, and then actually doing the ortho with those, and then finally doing our box. This separates it into like 3 distinct categories where it can fail a couple times in each and it won't affect the other totally. And it just makes it seem like not one giant task. It's 3 small tasks. It's difficult, but it's more approachable. And you'll draw along, heck yeah. For those drawing along, we will be doing this. You can see the orthos here. Take a screenshot. Hurry, fast. Right now, write it all down. Hurry, fast. No. The box itself has, I didn't actually write a major ratio for everything. But ideally, what the ratios we'll be using here will be, we have 1 to 1.5 right here, and then 1 to 2 right here, with the 1.5 and the 1 being shared. But what this means is we just have a 3-to-1 ratio. No, it doesn't. It would be... Please do not draw this. I don't want to subject that to you. Draw a box. Draw this. Just this. If you really want to draw it, I wouldn't. Just realize I could have mirrored like a lot of this. Whatever. Also, shout out to MCal for giving this suggestion yesterday. So, yeah, our long side is 2, which would make that an epic 3-2-1 ratio. You know what? +2. You get a +2 for that. That's good. I can't deny. It took me a second to even register the bit. Anyways, okay, so the math. So if we want to transform everything into this, where 1, which is this right here, is our smallest ratio. And then our height, so that would make this 1.5. But maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I make that, I double everything and give it to the next person. So this becomes 2. That was really stupid what I just said. This becomes a 3. And we know this one's double that, so it's 6-3-2. A 6-3-2 ratio, which is weird, bro. Specifically, I just spat everywhere. Cool. Specifically, the 3-2 ratio. That one's just tough. The 6-3, that's just a 1-2 ratio. That's whatever. Who cares? So yeah. We also have, hey, what's up, Dio? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. We're now on to part 3 of lesson 6, part 1. So segment 3, I guess. You should become an architecture guy. When I was younger, I was actually pretty into architecture. This is not necessarily what I want to do in art. But it's good to know, and that's why I'm learning it. And I don't know if I like it totally or not, because I haven't done the whole thing. I'm only allowed to make that judgment once I've done it all. What's architect in German? What's building? I'm trying to remember what building is. My day was okay. As far as Fridays go, it was not bad. How was your day? I'm trying to remember what a building is. I'm going to know it right. Gebäude? Hopefully I pronounced that. Gebäude. Yeah. I remember it slightly. What is architecture like? Gebäudewissenschaft or something? Building science. Anyways, okay, my bad. So let's get to it. I don't like doing things portrait, but we're gonna do this portrait because my philosophy is draw as big as possible. No, it's just the same, but with a K. So, architecture. Oh, okay. Come on. Make your own word. No, I'm kidding. That makes sense. Alrighty. So we don't really need these right now. We just need to focus on making a box with a 3-2-6 ratio. Oh, I forgot how, like... Thank you. No, I passively, like, learning German, passively learning any language is gangster. I like it. So the way I want to draw this and it to end up looking is for you guys, it's gonna be like this. For me, it's gonna be like this. That's or this. But yeah, on camera, this is what I want it to look like, right? Almost like an isometric, but we're gonna have vanishing points just because of drawbox rules. Isometrics don't have. Yeah, we're drawing this. It's a phone clamp that you put onto like a tripod, and you start off with a box. So we need to create that, and I would like it so it's not perfectly like this side is a bit more flat. We are drawing it to better understand ratios. So if I can take this and guesstimate, make a good guess of I just realized our ortho is missing something, and it's something critical. Oh shoot. I didn't include any room for the top. We could technically do it right here, but we don't have room back here. No. No. Oh my gosh. I forgot to draw the little knob on the top. Oh no. Oh shoot, man. It's okay. Because we have most of the dimensions set up here. What a world. What a world. What an evil and freaking atrocious world that we live in. Ugh. Alrighty. Do we need to put the sad music on? Okay. That won't stop us. It'll just hurt a lot. So yeah. 2 ratio, 1 ratio. Or sorry, 2, 3, 6. I want to move it a little bit to the left, which means our 2 ratio is going to be shorter in length. Okay. Hi, MCal. Hopefully he gets that. We're going to be doing probably a couple redos, so MCal can't yell at us. Or hopefully not. Alrighty. Here, I'll shoot him a text in chat, just a text. What am I, 50? There we go. Okay. We got to start at some point. We need to stop yapping and actually get to drawing a box. That is the 3-2-6 ratio. Now, if I were doing this on my own without drawbox rules, I would be using gridding technique to do this. You can really make whatever side of this as long as you want, because we have VPs to help us until a certain point. And we don't want to foreshorten too much because that can undermine the Alrighty, have a good one. Thank you for stopping by, Monkey. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Ah! Ah! Ugh. Eh. It's better than nothing. We'll go with that. This face is tilted towards us, which means the degree is higher, which means this will naturally just be more foreshortened for it to make sense. Not really. Just if you expose the top of something, the longer it is, it'll have a greater effect of it being taller. And I don't know why that is, I guess. That means one of these has a degree or angle greater than 90. Because that means this one's closer to 90. Who cares? We don't need to solve that problem right now. Let's at least go forward with this and see what we can do. Welcome back, Dio. Kavel? I just came up with it one day. It sadly has no importance. It's not a. I wish I could be like, oh, it means this thing or it's special. It's not. It's just a random word I came up with one day. What if I like taped this up here? Let's do that. Let's put on some more calm music too. This is a lot. There we go. Okay, we have the top. This seems too tall, so I'm gonna do this. Hmm. Yeah. It's about 2/3. I'm trying to stray away from using the ruler because it'll help me be better at ratios and guessing. Alrighty. I just realized I'm probably going to regret putting that right there, but... Okay, now we have to decide the VPs. This is the most important part, and we'll probably redo a lot. Let's see. Let's treat this one as the base. This one will have to push the VP. I want this ledge to be a bit longer, just through feeling. Because how we're looking right now, if everything was isometric... Go like this. Hmm. I feel like this would probably be the best VP. Maybe even this one. The vibes are telling me to pick right there, so we're gonna do that. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Oh, but that's assuming it's isometric in this dimension, but we don't want that. We want it to converge at some point, especially if we want to measure this on our own and mark our own VPs. So I'll pick something like this. How's that feel? feel like I need to move this up a lot more now. To like right here. That feels good. I like that. That feels pretty good. Yeah, that feels okay. Now if this let's check if my guessing was correct. Because I think I cut it a bit too close. 3.5. This is okay, so we would need very, very shallow foreshortening for this. Ideally. This is where we pull out the big ruler. Artist Loft, I do not like their rulers. Because one side, if you rub it hard enough, it gets a red, like, muck on you. And I always have to remember which side does it. I think it's this one's safe. No, it's this one. Yeah. They look very similar, but Westcott typically has been better. Kiss Block, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back, I should say. Oh, goodness. Sorry, messing with stuff on the side. How's it going? Hope it's you mentioned last time that you woke up early. Hopefully it's not too early this stream. We're currently working on lesson 6 once again. Good to hear. For lesson 6, I know I don't need to say this, but a good tip is making purposely making one of your lines of the Y method orthogonal to the page, especially the longest one, because not only the longest one, it'll just make it feel like it's standing upright and it'll be nice. But also, you can gauge if you're diverting or going towards the VP. Because, if it's like this, I use the bottom of the ruler against the page to make sure things are orthogonal. And so, if you're a little bit off, then you'll know, okay, it converges in this direction because the angle is in the interior there, vice versa. So like if we're, going like this, I can easily tell because the interior angle needs to point towards the orthogonal line. So we can easily plot right here. I like to cheat a little bit. I like to plot the would-be VP if the VP for this axis were, sorry, the line at the would-be VP if the VP for this axis was at infinity, and then moving it inwards, because that then ensures that you're not going too far. Yeah, so this line right here, it's obviously very, 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 very far away. Which makes my job a little bit difficult. So we'll have to guesstimate it a bit. Let me guesstimate it to be about right here. We'll see what the 5s are telling me, though. Yeah, it feels about right. What are you up to this morning, TS Block? You drawing? Wow, that's very southern. You drawing? So I guessed it would be right here, I think. Nope, that's just a piece of dust. I make my dots in lesson 6 so small that dust confuses me. That's great. And this shoots down. We're still getting relatively close, so. Gonna draw later today? Heck yeah. I technically don't need the underpage for this. Nice. Makes my job a little bit easier. Alright, so I think this would be our corner if it had no foreshortening, but we want foreshortening because we want that 2-to-1 ratio, and 2-to-1 ratio. But the problem with that is this is 3.5 inches and this is about 6.5. So we're down about half an inch. That means we need to foreshorten this vertical axis. So if that's the true point where it needs to land, then if we moved it right here, which is actually some rather sharp foreshortening, maybe it isn't. Let's commit to that, I think. Maybe overdoing it, actually. That's kind of what my gut is telling me, but ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. These do not share the same VP at all. Wow. I only really recognize that once you're drawing it. Yipes. Yeah, I feel like it would be like more over here with that one. This actually comes into a point that I want to talk about, which is maybe forcing ourselves. I'm so scared of being like having very shallow VPs and having like extremely foreshortened stuff. Then maybe I should just like stray away from that fear and lean into it because it makes measuring and everything else just a little bit easier. So we'll do that. MCal is going to spite us, but I'm going to do a redo because I'm evil and sick and twisted. Ugh. It'll be a good test to see if MCal is actually here. Oh man. Oh no, I thought that was MCal. We're evil. We're sick and twisted. The world's worst drawbox student. This time, we're going to focus on making a little bit higher foreshortening. A little bit more noticeable foreshortening. So, I'm going to start off with like a brief estimate. Really just start staring at the clamp, keeping it right next to me. The little gap on the top of it messes me up when I'm trying to like parse everything. These seems like so similar, but this one seems so far away. Okay, and looking at this from my perspective, sadly I can't show you guys the thing I'm looking at in my perspective. Maybe I could one day. I'm not gonna do that now. Let's see. Definitely a much larger angle over here on this face than this one. This one actually is the tightest angle. it would be equal if we set it like this, where I can see both of the edges of it, or like this. So yeah, it makes sense that this one's the largest. This one gets pretty tight. This one has a lower degree, so I guess, or a lower, yeah, lower degree face, which means I guess a lot of that angle is being transferred over here as well. I just try to move my body to see like the angle from a different way. But it's not on a 2D page. That's interesting. Okay, so let's do it. Absorbed it. It's in my mind. We also need to make sure we leave room for the circle that'll be over here. We'll start with the top. And so, and this is actually a very, very not steep angle. We'll do this. The closer the dimensions are to each other, the less foreshortening we have to do, like to the true 3x2. The less foreshortening we need to do for one direction than the other. But we could still foreshorten both. And I would like to do that. Not a ton. I mean, we have to foreshorten both. We're not allowed to have it go to infinity. That line feels longer, so we're going to do this. Nice. Let me keep this here as a little scratch page. So this is that long, so we can go like this. Still be okay. Screw it, we'll go all the way. Seems a bit tall, but don't worry about it. Now that we made our guess, let's see. This is 3.5 inches again. Wow, I was pretty accurate there. And 6.5. I did the same box. Holy crap. I don't know the dimension of this one, but I basically just recreated it. Whoa, this one, wait, this is 3.5. And this is 2.25. I literally almost did a 2/3. Holy. Yeah, what is that would be x over 3.25 or 3.5 equals 2 over 3. So that'd just be 3.5 times 2/3. I'm curious. 2.3, so a little bit bigger, which means we need to foreshorten this direction a little bit more than we're foreshortening this one. But we want to foreshorten both. That was our mistake the first time. So we're going to get the ideal isometric, not the ideal, I guess, but if the VPs were at infinity, parallel lines, When I first started Drawbox and Uncomfortable said no parallel lines, I was very confused because I thought he meant like in 3D space. I was like, well, Mr. Uncomfortable, the boxes are just a set of parallel lines in 3D space. But then I was like, oh shoot. So my guess was pretty darn there. So yeah, this is the isometric point. I guess that's what I'll call it, the isometric point. That sounds very fancy. Aim it in just a little bit. Nice. And trust but verify the next one. Looks good. So now that we have that, of course we want to foreshorten these, so we need to foreshorten this direction more than this one. However, I would like to foreshorten both. And since this one's highly variable, we'll start with this one and then foreshorten this one a little bit more relative to it, just to ensure a 2/3 ratio between the sides of the box. So we know that this one ideally would go to this direction. So like the reason why I plot the isometric point, I guess we'll call it, is so now I can like go to that edge, and then I know that any line I make inside of it will converge. It's like that'll converge, blah, blah, blah. Now, I shouldn't actually have done that point, because we should ideally do something relatively more convergent than just that. Nice. It's a very high amount of convergence. We're making that face very long. So now we go over here and respond. I actually should have done it the other way around. So now we're doing this VP. Going to align with that. So since this line is longer, I don't know how that affects the math. It feels okay. Yeah, we'll go for it. Let me just double check that this VP is actually like reasonable. Oh, that's totally reasonable. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. This is like mentally taxing, and it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Alrighty, let's get back to it. So, we want to foreshorten this a reasonable amount and converge to the same VP up here. That is a mistake we made last time and one that we want to amend this time. I love my new setup. It's a bit cramped, but I have room to put everything. However, it does get disorganized rather quickly. Ideally, I would have like a giant U-shaped desk one day. And I could spin in any direction and have a place for anything. And like I could work like vertically as well. Just like attack the camera. And I would have a good camera mount. Camera and mic mounts are still a contentious issue for me. I use this technique where to estimate how far the VP is, I put my finger and use it as a pivot for the bottom of the box, and then I try to turn it to where it aligns with the edge that we used to form the VP to just kind of gauge roughly where the VP would be. So I think it's about right here. So with a little bit of loss of accuracy, we can make a decent estimate as to where it'd be. Something like that, possibly. Maybe a bit more inwards. We don't want to accidentally make it isometric. And this just is going to be a testament to how painful making things align to the VP will be in the future, but that's okay. As for this, so yeah, 3.5 to 6.5, that means we need a tiny bit of foreshortening vertically, and also we foreshortened this one a little bit, so we're going to need even a little bit more, because we foreshortened this, which makes it a little bit longer in 3D space than just 3.5 inches, which means, it could be 4 inches, which means that this one not only needs to be 7, but 8. Very careful with my numbers right there. Didn't want to say the unholy pair. Okay. So that was our estimate. Does it feel right? That's the question. Man, I'm hungry. I am starving, guys. I really need to eat before stream. Maybe this isn't a good habit. This looks okay. Oh yeah, I forgot everybody. We're gonna be taking off Sunday. I'm gonna go watch the Markiplier movie. I'm hoping it's good. Markiplier's put a lot of effort into it. I, as a human, would never want a personal project that I clearly put so much time and effort into to go to waste. So I want to go watch it, whether it's good or bad. I'm really hoping it's good. Like every bone in my body. I'm a huge Markiplier fan. Always have been. Given how YouTubers end up sometimes, I will not say I will always be a Markiplier fan, but so long as he keeps doing what he keeps doing, I'd gladly continue to be a Markiplier fan. But yeah, I'm not even a fan of horror movies that much. My favorite piece of horror media is Kane Pixel's The Oldest View. Backrooms is fine, but like, obviously, I'm obviously, I don't know how it would be obvious, but I'm a bit tired of the liminal horror. I think everyone was. And I think The Oldest View was a perfect kind of segue from it. It took some of the elements of liminal horror, an empty, bygone, I forgot we did our orthogonal thing here. Mall, a random place in Texas. And put literally breathed life into it from whatever the statue's name is called, and told so much of a story with it. It's purely the environment, I guess you could say, and so for that reason, I love it. It did liminal horror right. It wasn't just like another orange room. It took the mystique. All the spam of liminal horror took the mystique of the backrooms and pasted it everywhere, which I feel like made it stale, which is very ironic given the stale nature of the yellow rooms and stuff. It's sad to see. It's sad to see such a great concept get mutilated, but we've seen it before with Slenderman, with Five Nights at Freddy's, with has there been like a horror trope between Five Nights at Freddy's and Liminality? Maybe like the observation games, because like you have your Slender games, your mascot horror. Then what? Observation games, I didn't feel occupied that genre as much, or like we're as effectual as ground internet shattering as FNAF and All the others were. But I couldn't really. Maybe the VHS horror. Yeah, VHS horror, which I feel like preempted liminal horror in a way. Okay. Does this feel like it's 2 times the ratio above? I'm gonna kind of cheat here. Maybe we even need to do a little bit more. We'll commit to it. Doesn't mean it's gonna be easy after this. My scratch page, but it won't be. You know what? Let's do instead. There's a random doodle of gravel eating an Oreo. He's gonna be here to be our muck page. That works. I apologize if you guys can hear my stomach rumbling. That feels good. I think we definitely had an upgrade that time. It's a little bit off, but we'll take it. I just realized, like, look at this. This is absurd. How many things do I have to measure? You know? Come on, man. Continue shifting things around my setup as I use them. I have a little table that I can deploy, but I'd rather spare that. Oof. As we do, let's start with the back line. See if we could even get close to estimating the VP. Nope, that VP is far away. So we're gonna have to guesstimate it. Watched the newest episode of JJK. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of JJK story-wise or anything. It's not bad, I don't think. It's not my thing. But man, the animation of episode, what was it, 4? Whatever came out last week. Oh my god, I loved. Probably one of my favorite things of animated media ever. Maybe. Animation-wise. And like this episode, not too much crazy stuff happened. I did like the very, very long shot of Itadori and whatever that guy's name was. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it was supposed to like build tension. It kind of did, but it also just made it feel like, you know, you're looking through the people. You're outside of the conversation. I'm not sure if like animating continuous, like long scenes are more difficult because you have to like maintain consistency. And I don't know what maintain consistency entirely means. I don't know. It just feels like keeping a scene instead of like switching a bunch and all the time. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, keeping a scene is tough because you want both characters to be moving or like being in there, right? And so when you constantly like change the camera angle to just one person, then you only have to worry about one person. But now you have 2 people. And even though one's talking, the other may be breathing or moving around or doing whatever, because it would look a little bit weird if they just were completely frozen, right? But I'm excited. We have the next. I'm going to be getting. I specifically planned out tonight. It's going to be a total loser hangs out on his own night. But I'm going to watch him free run. eat the meal I've been waiting for like legit all week, and I'm just gonna enjoy my time alone. There's peace to be had there, and I love it. Oh, oh, there's the VP guys. We did it. Yo, Bear, what's up? Wait, can you see my face? Hi. Are we doing well? I apologize for not spoilering the thing I worked on in the whip. That was my bad. It was funny because like I sent it to my friend, but then I deleted it. I was like, oh wait, I should spoil it, and I didn't do it in our server. So I was like, what the? How did I manage to forget to spoiler it there? Okay, so the VP is about 16 inches away, so I'll use that as my little trick for remembering that one. Rule 50 there. Mods, ban him. I was gonna say something worse, but I need to be on good behavior this stream. I've been saying unhinged stuff too much as of recent. And you guys have been getting auto-modded because of it, so I need to behave. You need to calm down with these spelling mistakes, Bear. It's freaking me out. I was thinking about doing La Femme or Boko Yu. Screw it, we're doing Boko Yu. Complete vibe change, everybody. If you're here and you're chilling, I apologize. I don't think anybody's here, just Bear Mug and I. We have 6 viewers? Oh, you came back from a walk? Hell yeah. How's your walk? We have 6 viewers. What? How do we have 6 viewers? That number's too high. What are you guys doing here? Okay, maybe they're appreciating the calm music, so we'll keep the calm music. Good, but so bright out. It is completely dark outside for me right now, so I'm kind of jealous. You see any cool birds? Or animals? Not to flex on the people who are currently having a blizzard, yeah. They really hit us with the 2-timer this year of winter storms. You saw hawks? Ooh, heck yeah. What kind of hawks? No, I'm kidding. Every time I've done like that to squirrels and stuff, they just kind of walk away. They like don't pay attention to me. So I think it's not real. The only time squirrels have engaged with me is one, I have food and like they want my food and I don't give them it because they're kind of aggressive and mean. Or they like are kind of just tweaking out. I've sent plenty of videos before of squirrels like rolling in the dirt, going stupid, going crazy. Oh, really? I'm not on your level. I can mentally communicate with birds. Like I could just like simply will them to do things. I'm like Aquaman, but for birds. Also known as I was about to say an incel. I don't know why that thought came into my head. It's funny though. Yeah, but a lot of people in my university feed the squirrels, which is not good. Feed birds. I forgot about that emote, man. And I was happy. I was happy because I forgot about it. And then you had to come back and use it, you. I may replace it with the gravel one, just to keep the gravel consistency. Maybe a fun rule is if we ever do custom emotes, like you guys could be like, hey, Kavel, do this emote, we have to turn it into gravel. I think that'd actually be quite fun. Oh, wait, frick. No, that works. I kind of want to move this. Oh, wait, that's bad. Don't do that. What? Wait, I'm sad. Why are you sad? Exactly what I thought. This is too skinny. Going to final keep hamster. Or, oh yeah, it's in the meme slot, so it will one day be removed. Unless we swap it out for another. We don't use gravel note a lot, so that one could probably go. I want to keep peak just because I'm egotistical and I made that one, and I like peak a lot. But people use Kavel Fire. People use Kavel Cry, so we could maybe replace it. I wouldn't be opposed. But if we replace it for the gravel note, then we're gonna have to. I'd use, but I blank out too much. Yeah, it's kind of just inconvenient, right? What am I doing? Like slouch, just like kind of waving the ruler around. Get serious, Cav. Get real. Okay, so this is. I don't. What was I thinking here? Oh wait, maybe I was. Maybe I was truthing. No, this is just completely off. What was I doing? This is better. It's still pretty bad. This is great. Methinks. Frick. Trying to use this like clock method where like I slowly move and rotate it. So like simulate it moving that distance. It's not the most accurate thing, but it kind of feels right. Man, I've been craving this same food the past couple nights. But I just remembered that ramen exists. Ramen also sounds quite gas. I've not had a like snowy winter evening where I eat a ramen in the window of a ramen shop. And I'm like the only person in there because it's like a Wednesday. I need to do that. I feel like that's pivotal. It's aesthetic. To quote Boko Ute. Nope. I was gonna say that bar, but I was like, that's not me. That's not like related to any of this. I was thinking of I posted a video of like Kermit attacking someone, like a vampire Kermit attacking a dude. I was thinking of making a version of that where it's Gravel attacking me, but I never got to it. But I feel like that's a fun thing to draw, like your OC attacking you. Yep, that's a normal thing to say, actually. I don't like calling Gravel an OC. I don't know why. It doesn't feel right, but
My OC. Guys, you want to check out my OC? I have a character sheet.
like not that people actually sound like that or anyone with an OC sounds like that, but that's how I feel like I sound in my own head. Except for Bear, she does sound like that. Is he? Yeah. So is there a difference? I was waiting. I was waiting for. I was like literally staring at chat, waiting for that to happen. So like both, like he's his own person, but he's like a parallel to me, just with some like differences. Like I would say like yeah, if you asked me like is Gravel you, I'd say yes, but different. Yeah, right. So I don't know. No, it's gangster. Because then you could like make yourself freaking like 6 foot tall and like jacked and like have superpowers. So like And people who have OCs can't do that. They're making their OC do that, not them. So, just saying. I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna regret it. Oh my gosh, I'm regretting it. I'm regretting all over the place. Like the streamer, dude. Yeah, but that's because I'm a streamer, not because I draw gravel. Gravel's cool. I'm not. See, that's the difference. Gravel's cool. I'm not. Do exactly what? Regret all over the place? Draw yourself 6 foot, jacked, with superpowers. I don't remember the other things. I have like a 1 kilobyte memory, dude. It's bad. It's looking good. I'm vibing with this. I'm glad. Make my OC jacked and 6 foot. On like who? That's such a good thing. Gravel's kind of like normal-ish, so I have to make him like silly and small. I can't make him buffed and jacked. I feel like that would like undermine. You know, he's already just like a dude, right? I'm not subverting any expectations by making him jacked and 6 foot. The titular Bearmug character or this new character that you've been drawing, either of them, that would subvert expectations. Especially with her hoodie, if you like, you know, like made the hoodie like you know, like cut off at the arms, right? I feel like that'd be funny. See, that subverts expectations. Everyone's not very surprised with Gravel being. I want to draw a version of Gravel like dried out, if that makes sense. Like, you know, in the SFMs, the TF2 SFMs, for those who know, this is a very specific thing. When they like set the character weight to like 0 and it just like kind of, yeah, a little bit. It's like super thin. The movie. No, okay, not the movie. I kind of like put a scene in my head. I mean, kind of. Yeah, just like SpongeBob doesn't like compress too much, right? I want Gravel to be like skin and bone, just like. I want to ink today's drawing so bad, but I'm so scared. I'm so scared of inking it. Last time I inked something that I really liked, which was the Captain America werewolf. Dude, I was scarred. I was beaten and bruised badly. Beaten and bruised Bradley, that's what they call me. It's something I had to get. I mean, you know, hop back on the horse, all that good stuff. Zam, this line is wrong, dude. Oh, maybe not. This is so extra, but it works, kind of, sometimes, ish. I forgot that emote's like perfect for that, isn't it? Is it? Do you think the Zam thing was the genesis of like the freaky tongue out thing? Not like it hadn't been done before, but really pushed it into the mainstream. Is that the patient zero? Microphone in the way. Oh, but I'm gonna tilt it and it's gonna fall over. My research concludes that my face is gonna be like under the camera. This is not good. You see my schnoz, my beak. Yeah, that was a bad bit. Referring to like my nose as my beak is just a bit too cringy, I think. He made gravel in real life. Okay, we're gonna try to attempt this line. Yeah, screw it. We'll finish the box before the end of the stream. Or, I mean, stream's over, but. No, you're just the Wizardly World bird lady. Dude, get that thing out of my head. Have you seen the video? It's like kind of a gross transformation. It's not even like American Werewolf where it's like, ooh, ow, you know? Where it's like, oh my god, that's real. It's just like weird and it's very 2009 CG. That's the best way to describe it. You can tell like the Disney animators like put their whole budget into it, and it's just uncanny by today's standards. Not hating on the Disneys. The Disney animators, I guess I should say more specifically. They got jobs to do. Wonder, we need a more hype stream. We need more like boxes that slam. We need to do something that's more energetic so I can play Boko Ute. Do we have a box? We're about to. Almost. We're being very particular about our dimensions, but that's kind of just the Kavel way. I'm assuming you have audio now, MCal? If not, I'm talking to the void. That's not new. Her acting needs an Oscar. Okay, maybe I need to rewatch it. In my head, I just remember when like her beak pops out or whatever, and like she goes like "whoo," and like that, like doing that without like in the real world without all the CG. Of course, that's how it works. People aren't here anymore. She acts like a bird. She does, yeah. She like starts squawking and stuff. That must have been like very awkward on set. So shout out to her for that. People aren't here anymore in your physical space. That just sounds cool. I know you're just describing things, but it just sounds cool. Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Come on. Finish our box and it won't look totally crap. Holy moly. I think we did a good job. Rolls credits. Let's draw the box. Oh, I love it. Cool. We drew a box, guys. Look at that. And I think it was decently okay. I could tell the back line should have probably been like right here. It should be like a bit more up to the left, but I think it's okay still. Nice. So that's a success. We'll start subdividing and all that stuff tomorrow, which will be Saturday. And then I'm taking off Sunday to go watch the Markiplier movie where he will mark the plier. And then we'll probably be back on Monday if my internet decides to work again. So cool. Once again, thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, MCow, Bear Mug. Who else did we have? We had Monkey in the stream. Shout out Monkey. TS Block, Dio. Jims, yes. Yeah, so once again, thank you all for joining, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Stick it to Hollywood by supporting the Mark Man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Awesome. See you guys.